JD here, TRL Limitless. We're at one of my favourite tracks here today with another setup video. This is Spa, track that's been very good to me in the past on recent games, and obviously in this game where I managed to get my first win in Aero. And I'll be showing you the setup I used for that today, as people might remember on my stream. So I'll be loading that setup, talking you through it, and also talking through the lap, like a few tips that have helped me, or I learnt myself, which has helped me quite a lot when I race around here. So hope this helps you out today as well. So once we load the setup, we're talking through the Aero first. And once we get on that, as you can see, I use 1-1. Not many tracks in the game use 1-1, but for this track I think it's pretty essential if you don't, because you can get away with it in qualifying, running a slightly higher front wing, but in the race you'll get absolutely eaten alive. So 1-1 I'd recommend for wet and dry, both to use. As usual, 47-53 high small brakes, just for consistency, and especially in high speed corners it makes you change direction pretty good as well. 8-11 balance around here, slightly higher than usual. I just like having the initial turn in, and I believe if you have a good turn in then you don't really have to worry so much about the mid corner grip. As for suspension though, same as usual, 11-1, 11-11. The first 11 is designed to give you a better top speed on the straights, and then the 11-11 on the rear just gives you more overall grip but slightly less traction and more oversteer. So if you're struggling about on the double 11 on the back, you can put both of them down, which will help with traction, but you'll lose overall grip. As for the gearbox, first 3 gears to the right as usual, just to get a good acceleration, good traction on the slow speed corners. And then for the rest of the gears I always put them diagonal for good acceleration, and I find my final gear here, you top out quite early in qualifying, but it's still pretty good, and in the race you can still overtake people quite well, and yeah, I think it's pretty good also when you're by yourself. So as for the alignment, same as usual, top 2 to the left, bottom 2 to the right. So I hope that you find that setup quite useful if you're struggling for one, and I'll be talking through the lap now as we make our way to the start line. There's quite a few tips around here which have helped me quite a lot when I first learned it. Like when I first did it with no assists or without line this, I actually found it quite difficult, but once you know the braking points and turning in points it becomes relatively simple. So hopefully the tips I'll tell you here today will help you out quite a bit. So I'm making the way to the line. We use all your curves and DRS as usual. In the first corner you want to be looking at the 100 meter board. Just before you hit that, we'll go down the first gear, do a late apex, be very cautious on the throttle coming out here because it's very easy to lose the car. Go out this corner, you want to be using all your curves, completely all your curves before this hill. Go up to 7th, try not to steer too much to scrub off any speed. And once you get over this little rise here, we'll be looking for the DRS line, which is very easy to miss, but once you get on that now, for the next corner you want to be braking just before the 50 meter board and do a late apex in 2nd gear. Want to short shift to 3rd, halfway through the corner. Try and stay far left as possible and do a late apex in 4th gear. For this corner, as soon as the curve starts on the left, that's what your braking point is. And go down to 1st, get a good turn in, but then short shift to 2nd, halfway through the corner. Go all the way out to the right, throw it in 4th gear, try not to cut extend too much, which we managed to do okay there. 6th gear, as the curve ends on the right, you want to throw it in, do a little lift, and then get back in the power as soon as you can. Go up to 7th here, and as the curve starts on the left, that's when you want to start braking, go down to 3rd, hold just about that middle of the corner, sacrifice the entry to get a better exit. This next corner, as soon as the curve starts on the left, we'll go down to 2nd. You can do it in 3rd if you like, but for me it just gives you better turning. As soon as you do that, get on the throttle as soon as you can. And then for the remainder part of the lap, it's pretty easy, it's completely flat out. You just want to be thinking about the bus stop chicane at the end, which is quite a difficult corner, but for me I'll brake just before the 100 meter board, which you'll see in the 2nd here. So just before you get there, try to go nice wide entry, really wide, PB apex. Try not to hit the curbs too much because it can throw you out. Easy on the throttle and then make your way to the line. And for around here we've managed to do a 44.5, which is my personal best, and it felt like a really good lap myself, and it seems quite competitive against other people's as well. So hopefully my setup's helped you out quite a bit here today. It seems to work really well for me, and also in league races it seems to be pretty good, particularly when you're by yourself, not in the DRS. It seems to be very, very quick. So hopefully it's helped you out today, and catch you next video. Cheers.